Yeah, I think that's really interesting because, human beings, as we've come to evolve and understand the brain and the neurological pathways and how the brain actually works, which to this day is still quite a mystery.
It is, yeah.
When you look at the trillions of neurons that we have active in our brain and how they're all intertwining and reacting in certain ways and there's pathways that our brain is far more comfortable in taking and other ways that we don't, and that's where you see like memories fade or skills fade. I can't remember who said it, but it was someone's like it was along the lines of the neurons that you continue to use are the neurons that are going to strengthen and grow.
Yes.
And
the others
I've butchered that.
Redundant.
Yeah, exactly. I've butchered that 100%, but the underlying message still stands that, I think much like being able to complete algebra or being able to quote a scientific equation, there's probably a neurological pathway that allows for things like creativity, things like imagination, that activates within certain parts of the brain.
Yeah.
So if one person's more inclined to use the logical part of the brain, then I would be right in stating that they're less likely to be hypnotized.
Not necessarily. I mean, I work in the CBD, so a lot of my clients come straight from their workplace, and I get a lot of people that are in finance or in law, for instance. So they're very logical people, and they're all over the spectrum in terms of susceptibility.
Right.
But I must say that people like accountants, I kind of always put a little mark down there because I think, oh dear, because it's number crunching. And I'm not saying that all accountants don't have imagination, but the logical process can sometimes, it's in all of their life. It's not just what they do at work. So they tend to be super logical.
And you could also make the case that people that are super logical are going to be more compelled to pursue careers like accounting or careers in very number-based.
Yeah, science-based. Yeah. But then, there's no hard and fast rule. Yeah.
So is there a way of testing? Like if people were at home wondering how susceptible they were to be hypnotized, is there a way of checking it out? Or
well, there's a couple of ways. The way I work with it is that I make an assumption that if someone, you see, I operate a service, and if there's someone out there that has got a problem and somehow the information has got to them that hypnosis might be, or hypnotherapy might be a solution, so that means they want to change. They've taken the time to do a bit of research, even if it's 2 minutes on Google, and then they might make a phone call and ask me some questions, or they might just book in on, excuse me, or they might just book in online. So when what I'm saying is they've actually arrived with an open mind and wanting to change, and that's enough, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of therapy, that's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So in your